You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, YNR fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for October 21st all the way through November 1st. We have got Nick Newman disgusted and Christine Williams going hard for a very specific reason. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to dive right into the action starting this week. If you're not following us, please click subscribe, and let's start with what's coming Monday, October 21st, 2024. So Nikki circles around to Lily, trying to explain herself, and Lily doesn't want to hear it. Nikki lied to her and deceived her. Victor lied to her and deceived her. And Lily feels pretty certain that they're not going to be able to run Chancellor without her, even if they do get their hands on it. And she is, not gonna give up and walk away. Either Devon and Nate are trying to get her to come back to Hamilton Winners, but she's not ready to give up. She told them she called Jill and said that Jill is going to put her back in power so that she can stop Victor. And when Devon says, Dad would want you with us, she's still not having it at all. Meanwhile, Devon and Evie talk about their wedding. Victor still won't tell them where the venue is. Nate doesn't like the fact that Victor is doing Abby's future sister-in-law Lily dirty, and Devon plans to confront Victor after the wedding. Victor talks to Adam about trashing Billy, which he's happy to do, but then Victor and Adam argue about Jack. Adam again thinks Jack was legit trying to save Nikki and lets him know that, look, Kyle is going to disappoint you and you need to let this thing with Jack go. And Victor doesn't like that one bit. Adam has an awkward run-in with Sally, and that sends her to the GCAC, where she runs into Billy, who has a very dramatic run-in with Lily that doesn't go well. He winds up drinking with Sally, and then they wind up kissing, which we all knew was coming. But we'll see how that goes. Tuesday, October 22nd. Chelsea has a big old fat reality check for Adam. I don't know if he's talking to her about reuniting again. We'll see. And we'll see if things change once they find out that Billy and Sally shared a kiss and maybe more. Meanwhile, we have the forensics team over at Daniel's apartment, and they find more evidence. Looks like they're looking at the carpet behind the couch. That's where Heather's dead body was after Sharon killed her. Of course, we don't know exactly what Sharon did to her because she blacked out and went to a fugue state when she did whatever that caused that blunt force trauma that killed her. And Nate goes out on a limb for Audra, and Victor decides to give Devon some advice that he didn't doesn't care to hear. Wednesday, October 23rd, Danny Ramalotti makes a call to his son, Daniel. He's very worried about him. And guess what? Daniel is worried about himself. He tells his dad that the police found a bunch of evidence in his apartment and it does not look good at all. He is very worried. They are going to show up to arrest him very soon, and Danny is very upset. Phyllis is increasingly certain that Sharon killed Heather and is the one framing Daniel because she did the deed. And Phyllis has a chat with Nick. And of course, he's not going to believe this. No matter that Sharon has been really aggressive with Heather, with Daniel, even with Lucy, who is just 14, Nick doesn't want to believe it. This is a blind spot. Like, he knew Sharon was spiraling and having issues, but he's not going to believe she killed a woman. And Phyllis needs him to listen, but he's not going to, and she's going to lose patience with her ex. Meanwhile, Daniel, after talking to his mom, and she, talks him through, that she really thinks Sharon did this. At first, he didn't believe it, but now he's like, okay, that makes sense. The whole Occam's razor thing, the most obvious answer is the correct one. He presses Sharon to come clean, just to tell the truth. Don't take Lucy's other parent away from her, but we know Sharon Sharon's not going to tell the truth. Not yet. Thursday, October 24th, Christine Williams is back in Genoa City. Danny sent her to represent Daniel and make sure he doesn't go down for a crime he did not commit. That's the same day that Sharon is backed into a corner. Will it be by Phyllis, by Nick, by chance? We'll see. Jack freaks Tracy out with some news, and it may be the same news that Diane shares, that Jack told her to move out of the mansion, and Tracy is trying desperately to broker peace between them. She knows that this is Victor ripping the family apart, trying to take down Jabot, trying to rip their marriage apart, and they are letting him do it. Hopefully she can talk some sense to them. Friday, October 25th, Phyllis is doing damage control. She is so desperate to help Daniel. So we'll see exactly what that is and what damage she needs to control, whether she did the damage or Daniel did it. And Billy needs to clear the air with Jack. And Victor decides that part of his master plan, or maybe this is part of the plan he's been cooking up all along, is to get Diane over on Team Newman. I mean, I don't know why he thinks he can, but that is one of his ex-wives, you know? He did used to love her at one point, if you don't remember that. All right, the week of October 28th through November 1st is a big one. Tuesday, October 29th, Valerie Pettiford debuts as Amy Lewis. She is back with something important. She insists she needs to tell Nate face-to-face. She used to date his dad, Nathan Hastings Sr. They were very close, so this could be some kind of big deal. And I just wonder how far Phyllis goes to save Daniel, threatens Sharon maybe, puts herself in danger. Diane and Jack seem doomed, thanks to Kyle and Victor. Will Diane take Victor's offer, planning to backstab him and make him pay for stealing her son and wrecking her marriage? Gosh, I hope so. Chance seems too smart to fall for what Sharon has done, and Christine is a top-notch lawyer there to protect Daniel from this obvious frame job. I really hope Phyllis and Cricket can put their differences aside to save him. And November Sweeps kicks off on Thursday, October 31st. So that means time is just about up for Sharon on her scheme, but she'll keep up the ruse as long as she can. And with Cameron still appearing, I just have to wonder, she told Nick she was on new meds, but is she? Shouldn't he be gone? What's the deal? Jill is back for Abby and Devon's wedding, which also occurs in Sweeps, and I am not sure Lily should be so smug about that return. Jill's not going to be impressed when Billy tells her that Lily gave inside info to Victor so he could ruin an Abbott Chancellor deal. That's corporate sabotage. It's against the law, and it's a huge betrayal of Jill's faith in Lily. Victor's feeling smug, but with so many vendettas swirling, can he keep up, or is a come-uppance coming? Nick, Mariah, and Faith are going to be absolutely devastated when the ugly truth about Sharon comes out. They may blame themselves for not seeing the truth and getting her help before she murdered Lucy's mom. And of course, Billy and Sally kiss in week 1, and I just wonder, are they going to stick to the friend zone, or is this the start of a new romance?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.